Navigate Pro operates as a call center agent and the effect the call center agent operation has on the Supervisor Console. So first of all, we'll bring on screen the Navigate Pro control panel. Here you can see this is operating at the moment in soft phone mode, and it's got agent enabled, so you can see the little green icon is showing you that the agent's status is waiting. Below that icon is another icon that referred to as agent actions. If you click on here, we have what's called busy not available codes, so we can change the agent's current status. So if we just flick to the Supervisor Console, you can see here's the agent Stuart who's idle, and if we now change the agent state, say to in meeting, the agent state will go from green to now red, and you can see he's red, and by hovering it says he's busy in the meeting. And if we go over to the Supervisor Console, we can see that that status is reflected here, and the timer has reset in line with how long he's been in the meeting for. You can set warnings here, so if someone's in a state for too long, you see that was a very short state, just as an example. To control that state change, you go into here for the warnings, and there you can see I've got a not available time of only 10 seconds, hence why it kicked in so quick. But you can change your timers there. The supervisor can take the agent out of this state, or the agent themselves can change their state. So if we go back into here, we can put ourselves, say, back to being available, and we now go green again, and you see it show here that we're now green. Or the supervisor can hover over the user, and then they go to set availability, and now we can say put at lunch, and now the agent will now show as being in a lunch state, and you can see again the timer has changed, and we go over to the agent, we can see that he's at lunch. Also associated with the status of lunch is to put the agent into a do not disturb, so completely out of the call center and unable to receive internal calls as well, and that's indicated by the D&D icon here. You can decide whether each busy not available state is call center only, so it takes you out of call center calls, but you can still receive personal calls, or by enabling the D&D status, the D&D will follow the busy not available setting. If we now put ourselves back to available again, we can also, from this state, we can change or set a help. So we can click on here and we can notify the supervisor we need help. So if we was on a call, we can click request help, and over on the supervisor panel that will trigger a help. So you can see there's a flag here, and the flag has now appeared. The supervisor can then click onto here and see the agent, and they can from this side decide whether they want to intrude, whisper, or listen in on the call. So if this agent was actually in a conversation, they could barge, whisper to the agent only so the caller cannot hear, or simply listen in. And this will then come through their localized handset or soft phone that the supervisor is using. You can also see on here the agent is in the main group, the sales group, and the overflow group, and the supervisor can put the agent in and out of the groups, and exactly the same way the agent themselves can go into states here, and they can change their status by putting themselves in and out. Now this is a setting that is per agent, so if you don't want the agent to have these facilities, then you can change that, you can restrict it. But whatever we're doing here is going to reflect. We'll take ourselves out the sales group, click over to here and refresh this, and you can see there that he's now taking out the sales group, putting him back in, flick back over to here, go into the sales group, and you can see it's reset him in the sales group there. If we now look at receiving an inbound call, you'll see in the bottom right hand corner the call presentation will appear. So let's just receive a call. So as a call is received, we can see that Stuart is calling sales. So this is a sales call. We can answer the call. So we're now busy on the call. We've just muted that. What we can then do is when we end the call, you see we've now got some completion codes, and we've got a timer warning us that we're running out of time. So the agent needs more time. They can press extended timer. In this instance, it's 60 seconds. So you see the clock has now gone back to 60 seconds and is counting down. And in that time, the agent can continue finishing their paperwork, etc. Or they can then make a selection. So this was an issue with an Android phone, and it needs a screen repair. We can click screen repair, and that's now sent a completion code to the vision reports. On the Supervisor Console, you've got a summary here of what the agent's been doing. So this is showing you from today. If we do since login, this is now more accurate representation since he's logged in this morning. You can see the wrap up time in blue is very low because we just took a call out a very small amount of time. But as you go in and out of each of these states, then obviously these timers will increase. So if we do put him, say, into in meeting and leave him in that state, then you'll see the red here is starting to increase quite quickly because this has been for a very short period of time. And that's now increasing and showing you his period in each of these states. So on call is receiving a call, other is making a call, not available is entering one of the not available codes, ringing, LC, waiting is idle, and then in wrap up was what you just saw from the agent status. Thank you.